Hi everyone, welcome to Tea Time with B and Kit. I'm B,
And I'm Kit.
and in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about lessons that we've learned in 2024.
We love this topic because B and I have experienced life in 2024
Ooh.
and we have so much great wisdom to give you guys. I know we look young, but we're actually wise. And
Definitely
so,
wise
yes. So, B, let's go ahead and kick it off. What's the first piece of advice that you have to give?
is to put yourself first.
Girl, yes, preach.
And especially as a mum, for forever, I had put myself last. And everything that had occurred last year made me realize some of what had happened was the consequences of me putting myself last, and it's not happening anymore.
Yes, girl, never
So
again.
ultimately, especially if you're a mum, you feel like you're being selfish by putting yourself forward, putting your needs first. That's the only way you're going to help your family, help by putting yourself first. And I'm not saying all the time you need to be first and it's all about me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about making the time for yourself because you are not able to pour out of an empty cup. And as much as that is
Yeah,
a cliche, but it is so true in my day to day, I
yeah.
can't function unless I make time for me.
Yeah. I want to say, I like my whole brand is about self love and putting yourself first.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it was a big epiphany when I didn't put myself first for my entire life. I people pleased for too long.
Mm-hmm.
And when I stopped doing that and when I started focusing on my own happiness,
Yeah.
I think my life just elevated and it changed completely. And I think that's what you mean by putting yourself first is that making sure that you're happy, making sure that you're sane, and then because if you are, everyone around you will exude whatever emotion that you have.
100%. Because last year I realized firsthand what I was feeling was burnt. I was burnt out. I
Yeah.
was stressed. I was just overloaded and I couldn't find the light at the end of the tunnel. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't until I was going into the gym regularly, fixing my health and, working on my mental health and just generally like, no, like I need to not isolate myself because that is something that I tend to do.
Yeah.
I need to put myself out there.
Yeah.
And, well, you've seen the change within a year.
I mean, I think that when you put yourself first, I think your whole life started changing. And even like the people you surround yourself with and like your day to day activities, it just got better for you
Yeah.
because you put yourself first.
Yeah. I was first. I'm the main character and I can't help my
Un-
kids
yeah.
or anyone for that matter
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not first taking care of me.
A
Well,
hundred.
like you have the analogy we were talking one day, like when the masks come out in the aeroplane,
Yeah.
like you have to put your mask on first to help somebody. You're not going to not put
Mm-hmm.
your own mask on first. You have to put your
You
mask,
have, yeah, that's
yeah,
what they tell you. You're like, put your mask on first
and
and then,
then help others. And
mm-hmm.
that is something that I've learned from 2024. So what
Mm.
about you?
Mine, I want to say health is wealth. And I think that for me,
Yes.
2024 was a long year. And I think that it's not only like physical, it's physical, mental, and I think spiritual health.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those you need to prioritize. And
Yeah.
I think for me, like I was diagnosed with endometriosis and adenomyosis after dealing with something for almost half of my life, actually longer than half of my life.
Guys, this.
And you know, and I just think that prioritizing health and going to those doctor appointments, even like being women in your 40s, like going getting those mammograms done, making sure that your gut health is okay.
Yeah.
Because you know what, like I mean, throughout the years, like we put a lot, like when we're in our 20s, like I didn't have a care in the world, like I didn't care. I drank a lot, I partied a lot, and I was ruining my liver at that time. you
But we
know
don't heed
no.
advice from our elders until we are the elders.
I mean,
You know, like
yeah.
we're now the elders.
I agree with you. I think that for me, my biggest lesson that I learned is that through this too is like you have to champion yourself. And as like it's okay saying no to a healthcare provider, and it's okay saying no, that it's not okay that you don't know this. Like, because the thing is like I'm solutions oriented, and I think for me, whenever I prioritize like my health journey, I need
Mhm,
solutions. I need to understand processes. And when my feelings were not validated,
mhm.
that's whenever I was like, enough is enough. And so I think throughout it all is health is wealth. And if you don't have health,
You got nothing.
then you got nothing. No.
You really don't.
All that work that you put in your life, all the hard work that you do,
Yeah, it doesn't matter about money, like your
no,
social setting, nothing.
you'll be in bed. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I really do think that health is wealth. And so treat your body like a temple. Make sure that you're feeling your body with the great nutrients, making sure that you're walking, making sure we're at the gym. I know for you, like the gym equated to great mental health for you too. Is like it helped with your sanity, and it also helped you physically too. But like, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, the gym,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, this is life changing for me,
Yeah.
like mentally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
And from last year, like, well, entire last year, I was hitting it hard for the most part.
Yeah.
And I felt so much more clarity while I was at the gym.
But you know, the gym too, I think that it also, like, you want to eat better, and then whatever you put in your
Oh,
body.
yeah, it really changes like
Mm-hmm.
how you grocery shop, and then
Yeah.
how you feel. You look at food as fuel, and then you
Mm-hmm.
look at your daily supplements and your sleep regimen, and then you look at, after getting to know a lot of the people that work at the gym, what you need to do with regards
Mm-hmm.
to recovery, because that's also important. So it definitely, well, you know, I wouldn't shut up about the gym.
I mean, no, like like I
And
think,
I preach to
yeah,
everyone,
everybody.
like,
I mean, be a help. You literally help me. Like, you're my accountability partner. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, and you're like, come on, girl, let's
yeah,
go to the
like,
gym.
okay, like, what is your schedule like tomorrow? And I'm more flexible, so if you can
Yeah.
only go at 10, we'll go at 10, or if you can go for the 8 o'clock class, we'll go at 8 o'clock. Because I'm like, I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my tribe.
Yeah, and I mean, no, I think that was like helped me elevate my journey too. 'Cause I like fitness classes, but I get tired too, and I think that for me, I lack that motivation. If like for me, it's like, okay, I'm going with B. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with B, and then we're gonna see all of our friends, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna work out hard. Even though like I was going through a lot health wise, it did help
You
me
still
to.
did it.
I still did it. I still showed up, and I still
Yeah.
made an effort. And then
Yeah,
also,
you did
yeah.
what you knew your body was capable of doing. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, especially when you're going to the gym, is literally just walking through those doors is
Yeah.
like the biggest thing that you can do. So no, you did well with, especially with all like the health stuff.
Yeah.
You did push through.
Girl, I did. I made it. What would be your second piece of advice?
Well, what I've learned from 2024 is understand somebody's role in your life,
Ooh, that's deep.
and
I like that one.
not and understand what their role is in your life, and also knowing how much grace is too much grace.
Mm. I think that's a twofold one, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, understanding what somebody's role is in my life, that's something I'm like looking back at 2024 now. Like, yeah, that's something I've learned to a degree. I'm not saying I've learned how everyone is in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like with friends, it's tiered, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like that's the same with family. You have
Mm-hmm.
your close family members, and then you have like, not so close, and then you have people that you just see now and again. And
Yeah.
then you have like, I basically am this at this point in my life where if you don't bring me anything of value,
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you off. And that's not in a mean way. It just is.
No, and I agree too. I think that as I've grown too, that was one of the biggest things that I had to do is like every year I've been evaluating friendships and like just people in my life to see if we're aligned, we're matching frequencies, and are they providing me value? And if they're not, and then honestly, like I think that friendships should be the easiest things. Life is hard as is, and I think your
Mm-hmm.
friendships should be encouraging, motivating, supportive,
You, a
and
hundred,
inspiring. Like
yeah,
if you're not that to me, then we have to evaluate. And I can't prioritize somebody if it's not an equal give and take.
yeah. And I can't, I just can't anymore. I'm too old. I'm too tired. And in this day and age, everyone's life is busy,
A
right?
hundred.
Everyone's busy. Everyone's like, if you've got kids, you're busy. If you don't have kids, you're busy. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have children, but you also are on so many boards and you work full time and
Yeah.
you volunteer.
And I have businesses.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
like, your agenda is full, your plate is full, but you still make time.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I think that, like, so one of the boards I'm part of is like these women are like, if you would ask me who my mentors are, like
Mm-hmm.
these women are like, they're 20, 30, 40 years my senior.
Mm-hmm.
And these are some of the like the Dallas is like busiest women. They're like CEOs of companies, like big brands. And it's funny because anytime you message them, they get back to you right away. And they always say like the busiest people, even with you and I both, anytime we message each other, we get back to each other in a timely manner,
Yeah.
usually. And
Yeah.
even though how busy both of us
We
are,
just
like
still,
you're a CEO, you have of multiple businesses, you have four kids
yeah.
that, and then three of them are young, and then you also juggle so many different elements that you have to do. But anytime we message, and I think that that's something that, as busy as we are, we make time for each other.
Yeah. So that's part of like what someone's role is in your
A
life.
hundred. I
So
love
if
that.
I'm giving you 100% of me, I expect 100% of you. And if I'm getting 20,
Then you're gonna evaluate that relationship.
I don't even I don't even evaluate anymore. I'm just gonna be like, no.
Yeah. You know what's so interesting about this is that I think that friendships should have expectations and you should have standards in your life for relationships that you
Yeah, because you can't be like on one end, well, you don't make
no
time for me. Well, then do you like if you were to tell me
reciprocated.
that B, you don't make time for me, then I'd be like, Kit, do you make time for me?
Yeah, and
So
it
if you're
needs to
always
be.
making it for me and I'm not for you, then I'm a shitty friend.
Then there's a problem
Then
there.
we have, yeah.
I like that Tyler Perry quote where he's like, relationships are either they're like trees. Have you heard that quote before?
Mm-mm.
And so the first thing is like in the trees you have the leaves.
Mm.
And so those are like your friends that are like more like acquaintances.
Yes, I know this quote.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kind of like wither away throughout seasons. They're
Yeah.
just there for that one particular season and then they
They
fall off.
go,
Or
yeah.
they go. And then some friendships are like branches, so they wither throughout the different seasons, but eventually they might fall off. And then you have relationships that are like those deep roots
Yeah.
that are going to be there for life.
Yeah.
And so I think that just knowing that and how friendships evolve and just kind of making sure that you have your own personal standards and expectations, and if people are not meeting that, it's okay to let go.
Yeah. And I don't really feel some type of way about certain people anymore. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really sad to think of it this way. It's like water
Mm-hmm.
off a duck's back. I don't care.
And that's
I'm done care. I think at 43, caring too much for other people, like I was carrying a lot for
mm-hmm.
everyone else.
I think this is another piece of wisdom right now too. Is like you're now in this unbothered era.
I really am. And
And I think that's brilliant, though. Like, I feel like I've been unbothered for a while now,
You
too.
really have, because you've done a lot of work on
But no, but
yourself.
I'm glad that you're in this stage, too, because, like, now it's like when you don't let people
No.
in.
And I feel like as empaths, you do
Mm-hmm.
take on the other people's energy, good and bad,
Oh,
especially when
yes.
they are going through a tough time. You take in a lot and you carry that energy with you, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's like weighing on you, and it's heavy. You
Yeah.
don't realize that, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to feel like that anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't. Like, I feel for people, and I want the best for people, and I think, oh, they're struggling, or they're not in a good place. That's their story,
Mm-hmm.
and that's their journey. I
Mm-hmm.
need to now take a step back from that. And I'm not saying that if one of my friends or somebody I know is struggling, I'm going to be like, I don't want to know. But only in this instance where knowing where they are in your life,
Mm-hmm.
if it's constantly a heavy feeling, or like they're like an energy
I
vampire,
was just thinking that in my
I
head.
don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to know.
No, I
I don't want
know.
to know. I don't want to associate with you. I don't want you around my children. I don't want you in
Mm-mm.
my life. I don't want to see you out. Like,
No.
and again, this is not coming from a bad place. I just don't want to.
You don't have that
I
capacity
just
to
don't. I just
no.
don't.
And I think that's right because you're putting in the boundary for yourself. And I think also like this is kind of goes with the wisdom too, is like and it ties in is that understanding that hurt people and
Yes.
heal people. And
And
I
I've
think
been hurt. I was a hurt
yeah.
person for the longest time, but I don't think I would only lash out at certain people.
I don't think that
I was it. I know,
yeah.
like, hurt people hurt people. I was a hurt person, but I didn't hurt everyone around me.
But I think also understanding your trauma response, like your trauma response and my trauma response,
Yeah,
we're
I
both
suppose.
we're
Yeah,
fawns, and so we tend to if somebody's hurting, we tend to make sure that they're okay, and
yeah,
we tend to people please them and be like, hey, are you okay? Let me take
yeah.
care of
I'm
you,
just.
and let me give to you. And I think understanding that too is your trauma response style
Mhm.
is like that was like us then, but like making sure that we find ways to um, surpass those trauma responses
Yeah,
is a key too.
yeah, and just not having these people. I mean, this might not come across nice, but like leeching off of your energy,
Yeah.
just
And it's what you
uh,
said.
it's too much.
And it's what you said too is like, we talked about this a little bit is showing too much grace, right? Like,
Oh,
how much grace is
I
too
think I
much?
think that's that. I think that is that was the entire 2024.
Yeah.
Is the word grace came up in so many of our conversations about
Just like
just
of
a handful of yeah,
relationships or like,
and just a few people, or just like whatever the case may be. But grace came up very frequently,
yes.
and
We were tired of it. We're tired of
literally,
always
and
giving
in
grace.
our friendship group, it was mixed responses, and it was only me and Kit really
Mm-hmm.
that were like agreeing that sometimes giving certain individuals too much grace is just ruining the relationship, and
Yeah.
it's not helping the other individual either.
Because then you harbor resentment towards that person
And then you
too.
become an enabler, because if you're just like,
Yeah.
it's okay, they go through a hard time, it's okay. No, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
I think when you get to a certain age, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, you're going through the situation, but what are you doing to advocate to make yourself better? What steps are you taking? Like,
Yeah,
and this goes back to like us being solution oriented. Is like, how are you bettering yourself? How are you trying to like take care of your needs during that situation? Because a lot of times, if they're not taking care of it, then they do the same exact thing
it's just,
over.
yeah, and it's the same vicious cycle, and then we're back to square one where we're now thinking about
Yeah.
grace. I'm just like, again,
just give you grace
like literally like a
years
week ago,
ago.
and
Yeah.
now we're having to sit down and give you grace again.
Fool me once, shame
Shame
on
on you.
you. And
Fool me
it's
twice, shame on me. No, fool me
uh-huh.
once, shame on, yeah,
Yeah, fool me
whatever.
once, shame
Shame
on
on
you,
you.
and fool
Fool
me
me twice,
shame
shame
on
on
me.
me.
Because it's like it's us, and it's like if we're
But
giving too much
yeah,
grace, and it's us.
but
It's
then
on us.
if you're at the 10th time,
There shouldn't be a 10th time at
but then
all.
you're like, shame on who now?
No, it's on us.
It's the
because we're
shame. It's
enabling.
shame on the friendship and
Mm-hmm.
the foundation that it's built on.
Yeah, because then you're, as you said, enabling. We're
Yes,
enabling
and
that behavior. We're enabling all of
and
that.
I
Like, no.
I just don't have time for that. And I
Mm-mm.
feel like moving forward, not just for this year, but just moving forward,
Yeah.
um, I'm not going to say, oh, you don't even get grace once, twice, whatever, because it obviously depends on the individual and the situation and all of that. But again, how many times?
Mm-hmm.
Like some people, I don't even give them grace once because I'm like,
No.
no,
Mm-mm.
no,
No.
it's not happening. Um,
I agree with that. I think that when you show too much grace,
it also, you look weak.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, like I feel like when you show too much, it's like literally when somebody cheats on you, for example, and then you take
Yep.
them back. That person may cheat. That person's most
Girl,
likely gonna cheat on you again. Why?
because
Because
you allowed it. And then,
and they don't respect you anymore.
period.
And that's what that is. I mean, that's like in any kind of like relationship. It's like when you're enabling that behavior, they subconsciously do not
Yeah.
respect you.
By giving somebody grace in that instance, you're indirectly telling them, hey, it's okay.
You
They're
can
going to
disrespect
continue the
me.
cycle. And then it doesn't matter how many times they do it, then
No.
really, that one time you
Say
say,
okay.
okay, you've lost all self respect and
No.
dignity,
Mm-mm.
and you just allow them to do whatever they want because you gave them grace. They didn't deserve that.
No.
They don't deserve grace.
So don't give too much grace.
No, because again, that one time grace, you're inferior and you're a weak individual.
Yeah. And we're not saying like there's certain circumstances.
Yeah, you have to look at it. You like,
It's like, yeah, it's circumstantial, but I think that like the overlying is if it's not like somebody to make it to your birthday because of their like some family member passed or something like that, then
fair
you give
enough.
grace in that situation.
Yeah.
But if somebody's like coming in belligerent, drunk, and acting a fool, no. No, you're too
No.
grown to be like acting
No,
a fool.
and especially if you're a grown individual, like you should know better. And shame on you.
Shame on you.
No grace. It's just shame. Like Game of Thrones.
Do I feel like yes? I feel like no. I feel
I
like
know, yeah.
support. Yes.
And it is a little harsh, but again, I'm going to be 43 and I'm learning a lot of this in my 40s.
But you know what? At least you're learning it. And I think that it's never too late to learn this. That's why we want to help you guys today.
Yeah, and I'm learning this without, and this is one thing I was telling Kit earlier, without ego.
100.
Without
yes.
ego. I'm not coming from this like,
I know
I'm
better
worthier
than
than
you,
thou and I'm
yeah.
better than you. No, I'm just saying, hey, this is what my expectations are. These are my boundaries. I'm not giving you grace for my own mental health, for my own, just, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Your energy is sour. I don't need it. Your energy is weighing heavy on me. I don't need it. Keep it.
Yeah. And I think that like, like the one thing I think about all the time too is like since I've been on my self-love journey, is this is like my next piece of advice, is that you truly only have one life to live.
And
yes, you have to prioritize your happiness. You have to prioritize peace, your joy, experiencing whatever you want to experience. And
it's so true.
That's why I think it's so crucial for you to cut out toxicity, cut out those energy vampires, cut out situations that aren't bringing you joy, and quit saying yes to circumstances that are not bringing you, are not elevating you, or any of that.
Because being a yes man is, again, going to make you look weak. And make time for, like you say, your health, your happiness, things that you love, experiences, and just protect your peace.
I think that was like how I kicked off on my self love journey is protecting my peace. I was a whole like, it's like, okay, I've got to protect my peace. But when you do that, you end up more happier. You end up like, because you're actually prioritizing you and your joy. And like,
Yeah.
you're going to be like, okay, well, that's not making me happy anymore. So let me stop doing that and let me enjoy, even if it's like just you staying in and you prioritizing your self care by staying in and resting and listening to your body, that is beautiful.
And that's part of protecting your peace. And me protecting
Mm-hmm.
my peace was going to the gym.
I think it was Jem. I think it's even the quality of people you hung out
A
with.
hundred
I think,
percent. Like since moving back to Dallas, um, I'm gonna use this word very loosely, but the friends that I had made before I'd left to go back to England, a lot had changed in 6 years. And friendships weren't what they were.
yeah.
And I wasn't overly close with a lot of people before. I'm just friendly with everyone. But throughout the years, I've kind of known how people behave,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like that. I don't like the shadiness. I don't like
No.
the bitchiness. I don't like, all these little cliques and stuff. Like, that's not my style. I don't like that.
No.
And the bigger the friend circle, the
Mm-hmm.
more drama there was. Not that it
Yeah.
ever included me. I just didn't like.
You don't like going somewhere and
I don't
everybody's talking
like
about everybody.
going places, and then there's like groups of people resenting each other, and they've bad. I didn't want to be around that energy, so I pulled myself back, and I'm much happier now with a smaller friend circle. Like, don't get me wrong. Like when we go to the gym or when we go out, we make friends, but there's only a certain amount of people that I hold dear.
You're also intentional about who you allow inside,
Yes,
who has a seat at your table. I think being intentional about who has a seat at your table
yeah,
and then the quality of the
yeah. I do
people.
not allow anyone and
No.
everyone in my circle.
Mm-mm.
And again, it's all about energy,
Yeah.
and it's okay if you're not aligned with all these people that you feel like you knew a few years ago. Everyone evolves. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm evolving. I'm not saying that those people are horrible people. It's just I have nothing in common with them anymore. I'm
Yeah.
on a different life journey to them.
And not, and I think this is like another piece of advice too, is like not everyone has access to the new you. And like,
Oh, they don't. A lot of people don't have it, and that is
yeah.
intentional.
And I think that's like something that I've learned is that like that's exactly it. It's like people that we may have known, they may have like an impression of me back in the day, and that's okay.
That
But
is
they're not
fine.
going to have access to this new version of me
No,
because I'm on an elevated journey
yeah,
and I'm trying to protect my peace. I'm prioritizing my happiness. I'm prioritizing joy in my life. And those people at that time did not bring me those. And they don't now have access to this new version
no,
of me.
and that's okay.
Yes, and it's
There's no
okay.
ill will. There's no bad feelings. It just is.
And
Sometimes it is just is.
yeah, and I think that it's also being okay being a villain in other people's stories. Like I'm okay with that. Like if I was a villain in that person's story, but they don't have access to this new version of me, that's okay.
Oh, yes. And I was never the villain. I'm playing the villain
Ooh, that's kind of spicy.
because, again, I'm not allowing you
Mm-hmm. Your boundaries
to
now.
be in my life.
Yes.
I don't want your energy.
Nope.
I don't have time for you. And
Mm-mm.
if you feel some type of way about it, then I don't care. You make me the villain. I'm the villain. I'm okay with that.
That's your
I'm the
journey
villain
with
now.
me. That's fine.
Yeah, I've
I
never.
don't
I
care.
don't think I've ever been like the villain in somebody's story until now. Um, yeah, it feels
I
liberating.
feel like I may have been, but you know what? It's I think that I'm okay if I was to people, and it's okay because you know what? They don't know me. They don't know how much work I've done to myself. They don't know how I'm healing and
Yeah,
helping other people. They don't know what I do, and they don't have access to me. And that's I love that because it's
Yeah.
like not everybody can have access to me.
No. And then this is what pisses other people off because they're so hell bent on wanting to know everything. And when you don't allow them that access, just lights a fire up their ass.
A hundred
I'm like,
percent.
it's okay. I'm not going to put that fire out. I'm going to light it even more.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
no,
like
it's so true.
I'm not going to give in.
I think also like I didn't learn this last year, but I learned this throughout my journey. Is that at one point I was too busy making everyone happy around me,
Girl,
and that was I think that's what catapult my whole like self love journey. Is that I was so tired of making everybody happy, and I was miserable, they were miserable, and I was never able to make them happy because they were not happy with themselves,
yeah,
and I wasn't happy with myself. And
no,
so I think that's what, like, literally, like what you're trying to say too is like no more,
no, no more.
no more.
No, no, no.
I think that my last piece of advice is that this has been my ultimate go-to, is that trust your gut. 100%, like your intuition knows like what's
Yes.
up, and when you ignore it, it
The
will
universe is going to
literally,
bitch slap you.
like, literally it will like set off like a whole like bomb and you're
No.
like in your life. And so I
Yeah.
think that if anything, follow those feelings. And I want to say, like, I love this term. It's called like, it's love notes from God. Like God's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, protecting you and kind of like saying like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And you
Yeah.
get that feeling in your stomach, and
Yeah.
and I think that like if you don't listen to your gut, then literally, as B just said, the universe will show you like,
100%.
and it won't be pretty.
No.
And I think that like when you do listen to your gut, life just kind of falls into place for you. Sometimes you're like, you get more opportunities, you experience more, and you also feel protected. Like for me, there's so many times that I can count my hand that I'm like, okay, like I'm running late, or like something's telling me like not to do something. So I'm like, no. Before I didn't do that, and I literally like had friendship issues, relationship issues, family issues whenever I ignored my gut. And it was just like things being protected. I was being protected constantly. And when I ignored it, it was bad. It was
Yeah.
so bad. I felt like a period of my life was just so bad.
It snowballs, doesn't it?
Hmm. But then, like, once you start trusting your intuition, you also start building that relationship. And I think that kind of helps you being like, okay, no. And it helps you set those boundaries too. It's like when I get a gut feeling and something's like, no, don't do that, I'm the first person to be like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, I'm good.
Mm.
And that's also me setting a boundary too, and like letting people know, like, no, you guys can go do whatever you want. And I think about my friend, and he had a wedding, and of course like situations occurred, and I started a new job, I couldn't go to his wedding, but also something my gut told me like, don't go. And
Well, that was, yeah.
I mean, even though circumstances like happened, but like have you said, it's like the universe is like putting everything together. Literally, the friends that ended up going, they ended up having a fallout, and they ruined my friend's wedding. Like this is like one of my best friends like weddings. And it's crazy how literally like karma got all those people like afterwards.
Yeah. Karma is real.
And I feel like I was telling my friend who wedding it was, I was like, if I was there, I think I literally would have lost it on those people. Like
Mm.
I think I would have like literally lost it. And
Yeah,
I was
like, how
like,
can you behave like that?
no, and I
It's
don't.
unreal.
Unreal, girl.
Yeah, that that was sad.
Yeah, so trust your gut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, intuition, it's a thing. And regardless of whether you're religious or not, you know that feeling, especially if you're a female. Just trust it.
There's a book, and it's a deep read. It's called The Gift of Fear.
Okay.
And like it's very hard to read because like the first few pages, It's all about trusting your intuition. And the first few pages, you read about this girl who goes to her apartment. She lives alone. She went grocery shopping. She's coming up late. She lives on the third floor. And this guy was like, "Hey, you need help you with the groceries?" She's like, "No, it's okay." She has like all these bags in her hand. And so she's like climbing the stairs and a can fell. And the guy's like, "Oh, let me help you." And then the worst thing possible could happen happened, you
Oh,
know? And
oh,
then there
that's
was like a
horrible.
slither of time, and she knew that she should have trusted her gut. And a lot of times, like, we don't. And so that's why I think it's like that book is a hard read, but the whole basis of it is just like following your intuition, following that gut feeling, because your gut's gonna get you out and like figure out a situation to get out of, you know, like find a way, a solution out of that, you know?
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, so crazy. Mm-mm-mm. So, what's your next piece of advice?
So much happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
um, you mentioned boundaries,
Yeah.
and again, we'll talk about our upbringing and stuff in a separate podcast. But boundaries really wasn't a thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
and that is something that I've learned
Yeah.
from 42 years of my life until now. Is you need them.
Mm-hmm.
You need boundaries and healthy boundaries, and you shouldn't set boundaries out of spite or anger, but to help you again be the main character, protecting your
Mm-hmm.
peace, keeping you safe, listening to your intuition. It's all there when you're setting the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I didn't have boundaries with a lot of people. And now
Yeah.
I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
that is a boundary I'm not going to cross. Or this is the boundary that you are not going to cross. And it's not, doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative thing,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just showing the other individual that there is a line.
Yeah.
You just don't cross it.
Yeah. No, and I love that. And I think about this too. It's also like prioritizing keeping promises to yourself, because I think that boundaries is a promise that you have to yourself
Yeah, because
too.
yeah,
And so I think that when you prioritize promises, boundaries, expectations, and you call somebody out on it, see how they react. It's like, how is somebody reacting when I'm like, hey, like no, like when
yeah,
you're putting up a boundary, or you're saying like, hey, this is my expectation for my friendships, like,
yeah. There's only one person that I always get a kickback from, and it's always a negative response
mm-hmm.
because that individual just feels some type of way about me since they get go.
And that's because you're the villain in their story, and that's okay.
And again, that's all right, baby. I don't care anymore.
We don't care.
I really don't
We're
care.
unbothered.
And I'm setting the boundary to protect my peace.
And you're keeping that promise to yourself every single time that you extend that boundary, because you're like, this is who I am. You do not cross this.
You
And
know,
then,
or it just could be something very, very small that this individual had taken for granted for so long.
mm-hmm,
And I just don't want to be taking on that mental load anymore.
no
So
more.
you can't ask me those questions, or you can't, you, you just don't expect me to fill you in on certain things anymore because
Mm-hmm.
you've lost that right. And if
Yeah.
you want to know, you get to know, period. And
I,
we're grown people now. Like if you're a
mm-hmm,
teenager or whatever, then that's different. But we're talking about like grown people.
mm-hmm.
If you can't handle a simple conversation where I'm telling you just basic things, that's on you.
That's on you.
And if I'm the villain, again, I don't care.
I think that like the biggest thing that we've both experienced in 2024 is that we leveled up ourselves in a way that we are prioritizing, as you said, peace. We're holding up boundaries. We're advocating for ourselves. We are the epitome of really just loving on us. And I
Yeah.
think that when we do that, the world has no choice but to extend that back to us. And so I think that what you've experienced, especially like putting up boundaries, saying like no more,
Yeah, no
enough is
more.
enough.
Hmm.
And if you're not going to bring me peace, then you can see the door, you know?
Well, it's not even bring me peace. If you can't respect
Mm-hmm.
or even attempt to understand why I am placing this boundary for my own peace,
Yeah.
then I can't help you. Like, if somebody
Yeah.
was to say, hey, B, like, this is the boundary, or I need you to do this because I no longer can do that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wired in a way where I'm going to try and understand why that person has put that boundary in place. And then I
Yeah.
always expect the other individual to think, well, why would B want to have that boundary in place?
Mm.
And when they don't, then that's when I get mad. Like, why can't you understand why I've put this boundary in place?
Mm. But that
Like,
kind
you
of
don't want
goes,
to understand that.
that's also people like that haven't done work on themselves and then that are not
I
introspective
just think it's
too.
because I'm an overthinker and I've always been
Yeah.
like just on the verge of tilt. Like, I'm always, like, not always, I've got a lot better, but I recognize the sound of footsteps. So I know whose car's turned up. Like, I know that.
Mm.
And I just feel like being an overthinker and being like a ridiculous, I'm just overly empathetic
Yeah.
that I'm like, why would they behave like that? Or why are they, what did I do to make them think that way? I need to give
Mm.
them grace because they put up this boundary, and I will then go away and think about it. Be like, maybe because of this, this, and this. And maybe because like I'm not a great person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm having to like think, well, if they put a boundary up because I'm not pulling my weight in whatever the case may be, then maybe I'm not doing a good enough job.
So you kind of got digress then.
Yeah. But then I expect the same from the other individual. Like, why are you not thinking about why B would put the boundary in place?
Mm.
But instead, you're getting pissed. Like, why are you getting angry?
Yeah.
Like, why is your response to me putting in a boundary just a reason for you to just argue?
I think it comes down to that individual and how, honestly, like how much healing they have done in life. Because when you have zero healing, you're not introspective at all. You cannot see why the other person is thinking a specific way, right?
Yeah, and I do that all the time. Like, why a certain individual will do something.
But you're also an empath and you're on a healing journey and you're working on yourself, and so you see things in an introspective light, like you try to put yourself in that person's shoes.
Like we spoke about, we went to dinner last night and
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about a few things, and I was still not giving a certain individual grace, but I was still trying to find a reason as to why that person did what they did,
Yeah,
because
because
it doesn't add up.
you want to find that solution to.
But it just doesn't add up. And
Yeah,
then there's something missing, and I need to know what that thing is, because my mind will not rest
until you figure out
until I
what it.
figure it out, or unless
Mhm.
they tell me, which I doubt I'll ever find out. But yeah,
And I think that kind of I think that kind of goes back to like showing people too much grace, right? And it goes back to like all the lot of the advice that we were giving is that, you know, when you extend too much grace and you are always, if you're too empathetic too, like sometimes.
yeah, it just puts you in a position to just people to take advantage of you, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of our tips are from 2024. I think some of the biggest lessons that we've learned is that we're tired of people taking advantage.
Yeah.
And we're going to live life unapologetically us. Like, this is who we are. You either love us or not. And we love on us and we're happy with who we are.
Yeah, we're good people.
And
Like,
we're,
I'm happy.
yeah. And we
I'm happy.
enjoy.
I'm literally, I can say that I'm happy.
You're at peace.
I'm at peace for the most part. Am I at the best part of my life yet? No, but I know the way I'm living and the way I'm healing
Yeah.
and learning from these lessons.
Mm-hmm.
I know the way my life is going, the trajectory. I am going to be.
You're on that path to become
Yeah,
that
because
higher
I'm doing the
self.
work. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, like, if you keep giving somebody grace, but they're not actually putting in the work, but they say they might be doing it, but you're not seeing any results, you just think, well, then, bye. I've got to cut you off. And
Yeah.
that's neither here or there for me. It's literally, I just can't anymore. Done.
I agree. And I think that as we wrap up this episode, I think that we, when you start kind of like prioritizing you and you work closer to becoming a higher version of us,
Yeah.
then you can no longer be dragged down by the old cycles of your life.
No.
Or and that includes people, circumstances, whatever it may be,
Yeah.
is you have to be okay letting just things go.
And it's okay if you do.
And sometimes, you know what, when you let things go, even though as hard as it may seem, there's always something better out
Yeah.
there for you.
Yeah. But you have to live life that you're the main character.
You do. You have to live life where you're the main character. You have to prioritize your needs and your wants and your desires.
Yeah. Love yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
literally, FaceTime today, I was telling Kit, like, I'm now in this, I'm going to love myself. I
Yeah.
felt like I was seeking validation and love from everybody else.
No more.
And that's not how that works. You have to love yourself first.
And I think that, like, because my whole brand is all about like self love, and I think
100%. And if you don't know about Kit's self-love journey and what she's all about, we will provide all information about that.
yes. But like one of my biggest things that I learned and throughout the whole like self love journey is that it's underrated. People don't have. We are not taught as a society. We're not taught to have a relationship with us. We're
Yeah.
taught to always put somebody else's before
Yeah.
us, put somebody needs.
Well, when you think of relationship or friendships, it's always with another individual. It's not singular.
No, and you're always like, even like when you're little, it's like, oh, did you do this first, or did you do this, or like, did you give to somebody else first, or
Yeah.
like whatever it may be, and that's okay. But I think that as a society, we're conditioned to always put somebody else's needs first, that we don't worry about ourselves. And then a lot of times, like, even like those basic things as telling yourself that you love yourself, like,
Yeah.
a lot of people as grown adults, like, we have not told ourselves that we love ourselves. We have not told ourselves that we're beautiful. We haven't looked at ourselves and saying, you know what, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And that's just so sad as just a society that we do not appreciate ourselves first. Because, and if we don't, then why, like, then other people, it's okay for other people to treat us that way. Like, that we're not seen, that's why we go for that validation for other people.
Yeah. And then we attract those people.
Those narcissistic
Yeah.
people, those toxic relationships, those friends that take advantage, because
And the energy vampires.
the energy, because we're not prioritizing yourselves. And honestly, your validation should come from
you.
you.
The only person that can validate you is yourself.
Somebody asks you, why are you dressed up today? I'm dressed up for me.
Because I can.
I look great. I feel good. And that's it, because it's for me.
I'm going to continue off of that. That was another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Before, I'm not saying before, actually, before last year, the only time I would ever dress up is to go out. And the other times I would look like a homeless person, not homeless, but literally not make an effort. And Kit was like, B,
girl, yes,
you need to fix it. And not in a judgy way. It was to get me out my funk and to see that you have this life to live, but you're not living it, right? You're just
Life
going through the
is,
motions.
yeah, it's just too short not to feel like your best
Yeah.
every single day. I mean,
Yes. And it's like, I take my sons to jujitsu, and one of the moms was like, "Do you own a salon?" And I was like, "No, why do you say that?" She says, "Every time you come in, your hair is always done and you always look put together." And I felt like I'd won the lottery when she said that.
yeah.
And I was like, "No, I don't have a salon. It's just," I was telling her about Kit and how Kit is always put together, always. And I felt like I don't want to be the frumpy mum anymore. And
No.
2 out of 3 things have to be on point: your hair, your makeup, or your outfit. And if you've got
Yeah.
all three, then you're fine. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to plaster it all on and you have to wear a
Mm-mm.
ball gown and heels. Just make sure that your clothes are clean and you just look like you're put together, and how you carry yourself as well. Before, I let my grey hairs grow out completely. Didn't care about my health, so I was putting on. Well, I don't say I wasn't caring for my health. I was holding on a lot of weight because of my stress.
I was like, you had high cortisol.
Yeah. So then there was a lot going on, and then when I started fixing things, you get all of this extra.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you feel amazing, and now I'm like, yes, I
You,
feel good. You get treated
yes.
differently.
We like, yes. No, I think that when you dress, and you don't even have to, like, if you're a woman watching our podcast, like, your makeup routine, just figure out a makeup routine that could be like 5 minutes for you.
My makeup routine as a mom is literally concealer and mascara,
That's it. And it could
and
be
that is
less than
it.
5 minutes. Figure out a hairstyle that's for you, that's easy.
Yeah,
And, honestly, like, your beauty regimen shouldn't take longer than like your day to day. It shouldn't be longer than 10, 15 minutes. Like,
yeah.
honestly,
I
if
mean, if you're
you're
going out,
like,
that's different. But daily, just look put together and wake up 10, 15 minutes earlier to give yourself that time. I'm telling you, it makes all the
it
difference.
does.
And
Yeah.
the same with your outfit, just having just elevated pieces in your wardrobe and just staples that you can just mix
Yeah.
and match. And she knows my wardrobe is like minimal at the moment.
But you know what? You have those pieces that make you feel good.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what it's most important about anything, is that you know what you look and feel great in. And honestly, like, a good outfit, like for me, I was sick last 2 weeks ago. Soon as I got better, I got like my lashes done, I got my nails done. I was like, I started dressing
You feel
up
human.
and I
Yeah.
felt like a human again, and I felt good. And like, people compliment, like, oh wow, you're looking really good. And it's because I was like, okay, I need to get back to who I am, and I need to get back to my energy. I need to get back to like
And it boosts your
feeling good.
confidence, and
Mm-hmm.
you walk differently, you carry yourself differently, people behave differently around you. And I feel great. And if,
Yes.
I mean, maybe we could do before and after pictures. I don't know. We'll think about that. But
I mean, we could, but I just think that if you prioritize just a simple routine that makes you feel good,
it makes all the difference.
just do it. Like,
It
just
really
do
does. It
it.
really makes all the difference. And then I was telling the mom about, if I make sure 2 out of 3 things, sometimes it's all three, but 2 out of 3 things, if you've got that done, then you're good to go. And she was like, well, I don't know if I've got the time. And I was like, you got the time, because you think you don't have the time because, again, you're a mom, you put yourself last.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
No.
You wait, sacrifice that 10 minutes of sleep, get up, put on
Mm-hmm.
your mascara or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
choose your outfit the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it doesn't have to be anything flashy, even if and you could say I'm a stay-at-home mom, right? But I still make an effort to have a decent outfit on.
I mean, I work remotely and I still make an effort to look presentable.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good. And so that's why I do it. Some of my coworkers, they wear a polo and they move on with their day. For me, I like to dress up nicely. I like to do my hair. I like to do my makeup. I like to look good because I feel good. I feel presentable.
Yeah,
And I think that when you do this, you're gonna have so much, just like so much more confidence, some self
yes,
worth, some self esteem. It's all gonna be boosted just by you taking an extra 10 minutes out of your day
literally.
to feel good and look
It
good.
just makes all the difference. And
Mhm.
yeah, I even shock myself sometimes. Like I'm actually doing this,
I know.
and it's all down to Kit.
Yes. No, I love
And
that.
that's part of loving yourself.
I mean, you should. I mean, even if you're having, like, let's say a bad hair day or whatever, then, like as B said, change up your wardrobe, make sure you're wearing something nice, do your makeup nice, and
There
move
you
on.
go. It's
Boom.
all, yeah,
Don't make it difficult. Don't overthink it.
yeah,
So, as we're wrapping up this episode, let us know how our advice helped you. Drop in our comments. What was your biggest takeaway? And what was your biggest lesson that you learned in 2024?
100%. We'd love to get your feedback.
Yeah. And so thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you guys. And if there's any kind of topic that you want us to talk about, or if there's anything that is, on your mind, on your hearts, drop us a comment, DM us. We'd love to hear from you.
100%. And again, follow us over on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yes. So cheers to you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.